So we got the Cleric live stream for the November Ashes of Creation live stream update, and we got 4 skills. I thought I would do like I did with the previous combat updates, kind of break down these skills and kind of get an idea of what they're trying to go for with these skills. Now, all the numbers on these skills are very much placeholder at this point, so take it all with a grain of salt, but I found as much information as I could and break it all down for you in this video. The first cleric skill was Judgment. It could be used on friendlies or on enemies. When cast on friendlies, it healed for 200 HP, and when cast on enemies, it did 100 damage and gave a stack of Conviction. Conviction is a class resource for the cleric. It is generated by using Judgment on enemies. It lasts 30 seconds. It would stack and empowers some abilities, and you can see the icon that is on the buff bar for the Conviction stacks. The example given was Cleansing Wave. With Conviction stacked, Cleansing Wave will bounce to additional targets, which you can see in the bottom right corner. And here you can see him using Judgment offensively, doing damage, and getting stacks of Conviction on his buff bar in the top right.
That's pretty awesome.
All 3 of us that time.
Yeah, that's nice.
That is very
And
nice.
here you can see him using it to heal himself and heal his allies.
Doug and Sean were working on these zombies.
Yeah, use fire. Don't stand in the vomit.
Actually hurts a lot.
Next, we had Cleansing Wave, and here's the tooltip for Cleansing Wave, which you can read if you would like. Cleansing Wave, it would go to your target and do 100 healing. If you had Conviction stacks, it will bounce to additional targets. Basically bounces to 1 additional target for each Conviction stack that you have. It also applied a heal over time that heals for 50 every 4 seconds for 16 seconds for a total of 200 healing. And here you can see him healing a single target with it, and here you can see multiple targets with Cleansing Wave. Next we had Chains of Restraint, and I cut part of the tooltip. If you want to read that, you can. Chains of Restraint applied a stagger to the target if there is no stagger on the target already. It would apply a stun if there is already a stagger. It also does 50 AoE damage every second for 10 seconds, and the AoE circle would last for 10 seconds. This stun stagger mechanic introduced the concept of class synergies. Class synergies are combos that can be set up between different archetypes and skills. The example that we saw was the fighter would apply stagger with whirlwind. The cleric then applies stun with chains of restraint. Stagger is a soft CC that disables physical abilities, but players can still move, use basic attacks, and cast spells. Stun is a hard CC that fully disables the enemy from attacking or moving, and you can see the debuff icons that appear on the bar for these and the combat text as well. And here's where they first demonstrate this, and you can see on the debuff bar the stagger and then the stun that goes down.
As you see there, Steven followed up with chains.
And then you can see an instance where it just staggers because there is no stagger already on the target. And then you can see the big stun when they're already staggered. And I would just like to add with these class synergies that I'm a big fan of these combo type systems. A lot of MMOs have had them. Guild Wars 2 I've talked about in the past had a pretty good combo system. Black Desert Online obviously has some combos. Arcage had a form of a combo system. And I like these kind of combo systems. I suspect in Ashes of Creation some combos will be able to be set up solo, but it might be a case where it'll be more likely to be able to set up a combo if you're in a group, which is a good mechanic in my opinion. Communal Restoration was the final skill, and I caught part of the tooltip, which you can see here. It was 150 healed to all friendlies in range, and also applied some sort of buff, but I could not figure out what the buff actually does. And here you can see he casts it. It's a 1-second cast time. It heals him and his ally in range for 150 health. And that's it for the Cleric livestream. He also went over the one-hand mace and shield, the staff, and the active blocking with both of these weapons. And of course the shield blocks more damage than the staff, as you would expect. He also talked about constellations, which is kind of a new feature that they hadn't talked about before. I'll probably do another video on that. Other than that, those were the highlights for me of the live stream, is obviously the Cleric and the constellations. With that, I will see you guys in the next video.